Welcome back to another episode of Roundball. Today is just myself and the big bastard himself, Hunter Dickinson, champ on the ones and twos. Jordan, I don't think has fucking been on the show for a month.
I think he quit, Marty. I think he quit.
I think he like low key quit and just hasn't told us because tonight, in his defense, he did tell me separately that he has a game at 7 in LA. So he's playing. The game didn't even start yet in LA. So tonight he has an excuse, and Deuce is doing the streaming in for the national championships. That's god awful right now. But yeah, Jordan may have quit. I don't think he did, but I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's always like this G League. You think he's in the real league, you know? Even though you see him, bro, he's getting 25 minutes a game.
That's why we can't hate him, Marty, because the man is earning his keep in the G League.
Yeah,
he's not just a roster spot.
He's not. And we just need we need him to get a 10-day contract.
If he gets a 10-day, podcast is blowing up.
We might have to go wherever the game is.
For sure.
Before we get into today's episode, this podcast, the Roundball Podcast, is presented by High Noon Hard Seltzer. High Noon is a hard seltzer made with real vodka, real juice, and sparkling water. It's actually made with vodka, not with malt like the other hard seltzers that we do not talk about because they aren't even close to High Noon. If you're prepping for the big game, if the sun is out, or you need no excuses at all. All you got to do yourself a favor and try a High Noon. They now have big cans of peach and pineapple available. That's ginormous. Again, my favorite flavor is the black cherry. Only 100 calories, gluten-free, no added sugar. Look for them on Drizzly at your local convenience or liquor store, or visit highnoonspirits.com to find it near you. Again, if you are watching this on YouTube, or if you're watching a Michigan game, watching any games, tweet us that you're watching some college basketball with a High Noon. And I'm actually trying to have a High Noon pregame or something before the Michigan State game at Michigan, February 14th, I think that game is. So be on the lookout for that. All right, a couple things to start the show. The show would have been released yesterday. Hunter was ready to go. It has nothing to do with Hunter. My grandma died, so hey, we had to take some time. I'll take a day for a second. So shout out Pauline. But Hunter was ready to face the music, and he's facing the music right now. That's the beauty of this business. He's got to face the music after the entire internet was coming after him. Yeah. And myself. Bro, you got I realized when I had you on the podcast, when we were doing this, when we talked about it months ago, I was like, I know people are gonna have problems with anything you say. That's just what comes with the territory. But I didn't really think about myself because I don't give a fuck what people say to me, but the amount of hate I get for when Michigan loses, where it's I don't actually care, but I do because I've basically become a Michigan fan because I just want to watch. I no joke, I love watching you play basketball. I don't care. You're my good friend. I think we're good friends. I watch you play, and it's fun for the podcast. It's I feel a part of the team, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But then after, I'm wait, I'm a Duke fan. Why the fuck are people coming? And I make a joke. I'm well, I don't know why everyone's coming after me. I'm a Duke fan. No one gets jokes anymore. They're oh, well, you say all this shit on the podcast. I'm bro, you don't think I fucking know that? Before you get into Michigan State, I have one other thing. Why does everyone think we fuck each other? Everyone on the podcast thinks we all fuck. It's I don't get. I want to listen to other podcasts. Do they not like each other on other podcasts? Do we not root for our friends? I'm so confused. Everything's he's not gonna. Hunter's not gonna fuck you, Marty. It's he's my friend. I don't understand. You can keep making the jokes. I don't care, but it's like, how am I not supposed to be like nice to you?
Well,
And
Marty,
I'm not even that nice to you.
Marty, the thing is, people can't say that about other podcasts because we are the only podcast that has a former college player and a current college player on the podcast. And so
That's facts.
every other podcast is two guys who played JV basketball at their high school and are now commenting about college basketball.
No,
So
that
there's a
that is
difference.
true.
There's a difference in our podcast versus all the other podcasts.
And you're like, it's a prominent player. Like, if you know college basketball, you and Michigan, obviously Big Tens and everything, and you also aren't afraid to like just be yourself.
Well, like again, going to Michigan State, like if they're gonna hate you, like if they're already gonna like dislike you, why not just have them really hate you and boo only you when you run out by yourself to join the rest of the team? Like it was amazing.
Is that what happened? You were like by yourself?
Yeah, because I got a little extra treatment done, and so I was like a little late. Like not late, but like I was the last one to go onto the court. I usually am because I usually get like extra treatment on my legs and stuff, and I have a certain way about doing stuff pre-game, especially on the road. So I usually take a little bit more time. But yeah, I was the last one going out there, and they actually had one of the police officers come with me. And yeah, like right when I came out, everybody just started booing. It was pretty special. I felt pretty special about that one. I wish they would have had like a good chant for me, but they were just booing me every time I got the ball in warm-ups. I was hoping for like a good chant about me, but that didn't come out. So
yeah, I'm surprised there wasn't more. Like it was. Let me tell you, I wasn't there. They definitely were booing you, and like they were loud. I know Izzo definitely came out with a. He came out with a. I'm pretty sure, Champ. If you can look this up, let me know if I'm wrong. But like he came out saying with a statement, being like, "Make sure we're on our best behavior." Like, because also Michigan State football, like that, a whole thing happened. Like I think that also has to go in with it. But I'm pretty sure he came out with a statement like we want you to be loud. Just make sure you're respectful and all that nonsense.
Yeah, I mean,
that's now I think our coaches do that no matter what. Like I don't have a problem with him saying that, but like the amount of obscene things people fucking say at basketball games and football games is outrageous. Like you can't stop that.
Yeah, like they always have like the character code before games. Like you got to be a respectful fan. Like no taunting, no disrespecting players. I'm like, if any facility followed by these rules, like half the fans would be kicked out.
the half, like 75%. But yeah, let's get into the game a little bit. So you got booed when you went out.
Yeah.
That was the extent of it. Like booed. Like I want to ask you a question because I watched the whole game. It was a horrible game. It was just not a good basketball game.
It was a dirty game, yeah.
I mean, you guys played god awful, and you were down 4 with 3 minutes left. I was like, oh my god, they might come back here. And like you started playing better a little bit at the end, your team. But when like Doug McDaniel, that's his last name, right?
Yeah, McDaniel.
He airballed like one of his first shots. Does that actually ever bother you when like the whole crowd just yells airball the rest of the game?
I mean, usually for me, like, I don't know.
You don't have many airballs. Well,
yeah,
the last one
I
doesn't
usually
count.
have many airballs. I had an airball in the last shot. I just kind of rushed it because I was like, we got to try.
That wasn't like you just threw it up.
Yeah. I was just trying to rush it up there and try to get it in as fast as possible because, like, there was only. I can't remember if the clock stops in college after buckets. Like I feel like sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I know somebody's gonna kill me for this on Twitter, but
bro, I don't even care if they kill you. Sometimes I think the same thing. I'm like, why is it running now but not running another?
So I think it doesn't stop. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with it doesn't stop, but I'm probably wrong. And so I was like, we just gotta hurry up and score so they can't just let the ball go. And so yeah, no, I did airball that, but I don't think it would bother me, especially if you make your next shot. Then it's like, who cares? Like if you
passing you the ball there, by the way, didn't make much. Like, I know he was just trying to, but I was like, you made the last 3, which was a great shot. But, like, I don't think you should have been the option to give to another with like 2 seconds left to like get a shot like that.
I mean, it's like at
It
that
didn't
point,
matter though.
yeah, at that point you're just scrambling, trying to get a bucket.
All right, so here, everybody, we are here. Hunter Dickinson, you lost to Michigan State after you said that they it's a safety school for Michigan, which is just facts, but that's just what every person says about their rival school. But you lost. You didn't really say anything besides that. So what do you have to say about the game?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a vanilla answer. I'm sorry for everybody out there, but like they played better than us. We didn't play good enough to win the game. They played better than us, and they deserve to win the game. Like I mean, when you go out there and shoot 3 from 20 from 3 and only score 18 points with 9 turnovers in the first half, like we were fortunate to only be down, I think 9 at halftime. And then like we were down by 14. We clawed and fought all the way back to bring it within 4. I mean, like against a team like Michigan State, who like once they're up double digits, it's really hard to try to get back in the game because they're so well coached, and like the offense they run, like they don't. Michigan State tries to like thrive off just executing their sets and trying to like just really execute to the best of their ability to try to get good shots. And so it's really hard to kind of try to make up, like try to get points back and try to get stops while you score, because they're so like they run their sets really well, and they've been running it for like they've been running pretty much the same sets since I've been in college, and they run them really, really good. And so it's just hard for, a team that's down double digits to come back, but we did it. So I'm just super happy not happy, super proud of my team for the way we fought back. And I mean, it just goes to show you, man, like if you don't come to play, like you have to bring it every night in the Big Ten. There's no like easy games and stuff like that. So yeah, man, they played better than us. I mean, like I can't say we deserve to win by any means. They were the better team.
With you, first half you had 4 points. You were, and from a viewer's standpoint, they were really, really double teaming you fast. Like you touched the ball because the other guy, I don't know. I'll say he sucks. Sissoko, he's got nothing for me. He's okay defensively, but like he was whatever to me. But they were double team. Like Hauser would come over to you really fast once you touched it, but you were making good passes, and that's where it doesn't show up in the box scores. And this is not me again defending you because you didn't play amazing. You played good. I mean, listen, 18 points, 7 rebounds is a good game for most people. You could do better.
I'd say it's a solid game. Like
it's a good game.
That's what you expect out of Hunter Dickinson. I'd say
that's like your average, right? 18 points.
Yeah, I probably averaged like 18 and like 8. So it's like
exactly. You could have played better, but whatever. 18 points. I'm not even really talking much about you, but you had a lot of good passes in the beginning of the game, but no one hit a 3. I mean, when your team is 3 for 20 and one of those threes is you're not going to win that game. It's just not. It's just a fact.
One of those threes was me. You're right.
Yeah, and Jet had 2. Jet kind of was he was cold early from 3, but I like that he keeps shooting. I love Jet. I think Jet's fucking awesome. Doug, I don't think he's never played in a game like that, and he shot the ball 4 times and none of them went in. But like you got to give him some time. I'm not worried about Kobe. Got going a little late, but he was fine. It's just the problem was your bench. Reed helped you out. He played well. I thought he played really hard. He played well. Baker shot, but he was just off. Joey was very off of some shooting. But for Michigan State, I'll give them credit. I'm going to give Hall credit because Hall came in fucking off the bench 23 minutes and was hitting really tough shots and real good shots. He had a lot of good shot selection. Walker plays with a lot. He has fun. I kind of like him. I like what's his name is fucking
Tyson
Tyson
Walker.
Walker. Yeah, Tyson Walker. Like he hit some threes and like he hit a three that like hit the front. It was the big three. It was a big. Remember the one where he shot it, hit the front of the rim, or the side of the rim, and went straight up and straight down into the basket. You were
Yeah.
right into the basket. You probably don't remember it, but it
Yeah,
was
no,
like
I remember one of those that bounced crazy when
it was a turning point. Like you guys were like kind of like down 6, I think, and it was around there, and then or 5, and it just went. It was a shooter's touch, but like Michigan State didn't play that great. Like they shot 37%, you shot 34%. Only thing is they shot 31 from 3, you shot 15 from 3.
Yeah. Like all we had to
So
do was make literally if we shot instead of 3 for 20, 6 for 20, which is like 30 it's probably like 29%, I'd say, right? Because 6 for 18 would be
you're asking the wrong
33.
guy, buddy.
It would probably be like 28%. If we just shoot 28% from 3, which is like bad, not even good. 28%,
Yeah, that's a bad game too.
we win the game by 3. Like
Yeah, no, it's just what it is, and it's listen. There's not much you could say, and like people are like, you played like there for you weirdly like you want to win the game. It's a team game no matter what. Like I only root for Hunter Dickinson, but it's a team game. You know, like
yeah.
you don't give a fuck about your stats. You lost the game. Who gives a fuck about yours? But you played well. It's you. Were you getting frustrated in the beginning of the game, like only having 4 points and like?
I would say for me, like I just didn't come out as aggressively as I needed to. Like, I said this in an interview after the game. Like, you know, a lot of people always try to say like, let the game come to you. Don't let it like, don't try to force it. And I think I let the game like try to come to me too much. Like I was trying to just be too passive out there, and I needed to be more aggressive, more assertive. And I think that's where we struggled in the first half to score because like I wasn't as aggressive and assertive as I needed to. And I think in the second half you saw me be more aggressive and stuff like that, and like it showed in the box score, but also like just on the like in the game, like we made it a lot closer game because I was just more aggressive. And so that's something that I'll take forward, not only just in the next Michigan State game, but in the next games coming up, like the Iowa game, the Northwestern game, stuff like that. Like
Are
obviously,
you having a problem a little bit? Like you've always been the guy kind of on the team, right? But like you're legit. You're the Michigan runs through Hunter Dickinson right now. That's a fact. Are you having a problem with that? Like you don't want to be too, as I think it's a hard position to be, especially as a center. Where like if you're a point guard, it's kind of easier where you can take those shots and like I think of Jelly Walker. Like everyone knows Jelly Walker's going to score, but like as a big man, I don't know. It's hard because at one point it was pretty funny to watch you. You were literally telling you go there, and then they pass it to you, and then you were wide open to hit that jumper. Like you were literally facilitating. You were like Peyton Manning out there, like going like you go there, there, like telling them to play, and it just worked out, and you just popped it right in front of their face.
yeah, I like because I knew what Juwan was trying to get. Like we had ran something similar to it, and so I was like, yeah, like I want to try to get that same look again. We should have been running that more often, but I think that's something that we might try to bring, something that we'll keep in our back pocket for next game. But I wouldn't say like I feel like this year is a lot better than last year in terms of like not having to shoulder the load as much. Having a guy like Jet Howard really helps me because he's somebody who like you can give the ball to at the end of the shot clock and just let him like try to work out and not like really just like have to go against like a double team with like 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Like we have players who can get a bucket on their own now, and I don't think
Yeah.
we really had that last year. So that's been helping me out a lot. But yeah, like you said, like a lot of times it is like me I get going against like basically like 3 people in the paint because like Michigan State, if they didn't double, they were like heavily
Oh,
in the
you got
gap and
triple
stuff
teamed a
like that.
couple times.
So yeah, it's like yeah, like and that's one thing about Michigan State. Like they never double anybody. So like even though I kind of expected it, I was still surprised that they came to double team me because like they never like if you ask any Michigan State like journalist or like person like they rarely double team people. And so for them to double team me, I was kind of surprised by it. But Like it wasn't like I wasn't shocked because like I was like kind of assuming that they would, but it was. I mean, we got some things to learn from and some things that will take away from the game for next game versus Iowa, but that some things that we'll take away and try to implement and fix for the next time we play them.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's your guys' Michigan State. There's not much like to say. You said they played better than you. It was a shitty game to watch.
It was a defensive battle.
Yeah, nope, there wasn't even much defense. You just missed a lot. No, you guys did play better defense because your defense. But I will say, you guys don't win defensive battles. When you guys
Yeah,
are
yeah, because we don't we have a
all
problem
your wins,
of
bro.
getting
Most of your
stops.
wins are you scoring 80 points.
You said what?
Most of your wins are you guys scoring 80 points.
Yeah, because if we're scoring, we can get enough stops to where we can limit the team. But right now we're having a trouble of getting stops when we absolutely need it. Like we sometimes we don't get stops when we absolutely need it, and that kind of kills us. Like that three that bounced in, like that bounced straight up and then went straight in, like off the rim. Like that's something that like just killed us because it's like we needed that stop and we just couldn't get it.
Listen,
And,
if the game's in the 60s, you're most likely going to lose. That's what it seems like right now in all your games. So let's go through it real fast.
well, if we shoot 3 from 20, I think it'll be hard for us to win a game. I think that's
Yes, that is a fact. But like even like I'm not gonna the early games, but like Michigan, you beat Eastern Michigan 88 points. You beat Pitt 91 points. Arizona State, you scored 62. Then those teams suck. Virginia, you lost by 2, but it was 68 points. Minnesota, you had 90. Michigan, you had 83. Like, and then you play Maryland, you score fucking 90. Like, I don't know. Your team is very odd. It's a fucking weird team where you don't know which one's going to show up.
exactly. That is. I don't think we're odd. I think we're a team that's trying to figure it out. Like we're a team that's like when you say it's like you don't know what you're gonna get from us. I think it's because we don't like we're not a finished project like a lot of teams are in terms
Yep.
of like they're not really gonna get much better than what they are right now. Like we're a team that we have a lot of like obviously we're not finished, so we have a lot of potential, but like we have to reach that potential and for us to be like a really good team. And so we're just trying to get better, man. Like it's very cliche to say, but like we're just trying to play our best basketball by mid to late February. That's all we're trying to do is just trying
Yeah,
to.
I think correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's like when guys get more comfortable and know their exact role, it's a lot easier to play basketball where you like honestly like a Joey Baker, he's either playing 20 minutes or sometimes it's like a lot less and it's like not knowing your role and then even Reed or like someone once you get your set lineup, your set rotation, I think will help you a lot more. And you might not have it until February, but you're probably going to keep trying shit out.
And we're still like we start freshmen who just started freshman. He's still only got like 4 or 5 starts under his belt. So we're starting freshman, sophomore who really didn't play that much,
Who's
freshman,
that?
and then junior who played a little bit his freshman year, played about 20 minutes a game last year, but like this is his first time having like a big role in the team, and then me, and then we have grad student coming off the bench, freshman, sophomore who didn't play that much. So it's like we're a very young team
Yeah.
compared to like most teams around the country, and so it's just like it's easy. It's an easy cop out to say we're young and experienced and trying to get better, but it's like that's what it
Just
is at the end of the day. It's like we have young guys who are still trying to figure out what college basketball is. Like they don't even know all the way like what Division 1 basketball is yet. And so like because I just remember me being a freshman, like I was so blessed to have the team that I was on where it's like I didn't really have to go through the like I was able to go through my growing pains in like 20-point victories. Like I was
Yeah.
able to like figure it out as we were blowing teams out. For
It
these guys,
wasn't as like noticeable your growing pains because you were winning so much.
yeah, yeah. Like my growing pains would be like me scoring like 12 points, getting 6 rebounds, and we're winning by like 20.
Yep. No, yeah, you have like Jet will be like I'm not worried about Jet at all. He's just a very good basketball player. Kobe is a huge X factor for you guys because like when he gets going, he can score at will. That fucking guy.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that's your Michigan State. I don't know. That's all. We try to get as much as possible, but that's just they fucking lost. And Hunter is here to face the music, so I appreciate you. Before we get to the rest of the league, I want to talk to you guys about Rocket Money. Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill, is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. This Rocket Money it's for me. Hunter, it's probably for you too, bro. I feel like you definitely fucking have so many subscriptions that you don't even know about. But like mine's Planet Fitness. I've had Planet Fitness since I'm in high school, and I just haven't. I could use Rocket Money to cancel my fucking.
Yeah, I got a couple of subscriptions that I probably need to cancel that I think Rocket Money could help me with.
100%. You don't even like no one like over 80% of people have subscriptions they forgot about, like that streaming service you bought to watch just one show on, or that free trial that you never use. Because that's how they get you, the free trials. And then you're like, oh my God, I'm spending $20 a month. Rocket Money will quickly and easily identify your subscription for you so you can stop paying for those ones you don't want. Rocket Money makes canceling subscription as easy as a click of a button. Simply find the subscription you don't want, press cancel, and Rocket Money will cancel it for you. No more long hold times with customer service or tedious emailing back and forth. Stop throwing your money away, cancel unwanted subscriptions, and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/roundball. That's rocketmoney.com/roundball. rocketmoney.com/roundball. All right, let's get into the rest of the league quick. It's going to be a quicker episode today. Jordan will be back, most likely be back Wednesday. We'll have hopefully have a full crew for you guys Wednesday. We'll preview your Iowa game then. But for the time being, let's go through some of the other games. I just got to get this out there. So your game was on. The ending of Duke was happening because I was watching Duke. It was easy win. They beat Boston College by
I saw that game, Marty. It almost happened. It
bro.
probably
If they lost that game, and because the last play, there's 0.5 seconds left. Mark Mitchell throws the ball down the court, and the guy's just waiting there for it and almost banked it in from half court. I almost lost my shit. But Duke has a lot to figure out. I have a question for you. So, what were you like ranked as a recruit? Do you know?
Top 40 for sure.
Okay.
I think it depended on like the site. I might have snuck into like the low 30s.
Because I just don't get what's happening with Derek Lively. I cannot figure it out where it's like he's not even start. We have the number one recruit in the country coming off the bench because he doesn't. So he has look at this stat. You're a big man. He's a big man. Same position. He has 22 field goals this year, right? Not a lot. 19 of them are dunks.
Oh.
19, Hunter. That's not good. That's so bad.
Yeah.
That just means that a lot of those points, because 22 is not a lot in itself, and 19 of those are just he was wide open, and he just dunked it.
Yeah, that's not good. I think what happened was, because like in recruiting or like in the rankings for high school, a lot of it has to do with what they see, like the potential they see in the player. So like obviously they see him being like a Clint Capella type, but I think in high school like he was hitting threes and stuff like that, and so they thought of him probably like as like a more expanded Clint Capella, or like
Yeah.
probably similar to like Evan Mobley in a way, like probably not as skilled offensively, but like defensively, being that guy who can guard multiple positions and stuff. And so that's probably what the recruiting sites saw. I think one thing that they probably didn't factor into was like, can he score in the post against like another 6'10", 6'11" body? And I don't know, like, because once I got out of high school, I kind of stopped following high school recruits and other high school players, so I don't really
Yeah.
watch many of his games. But I don't know how many times he went up against another like legit big man, and so
It's just wild where it's like we have the number 1 and 2. Like Derek Whitehead will be fine. He when he gets going, he's good. He just needs to get going. But dude, Ryan Young's like our best player.
I mean Ryan Young's. I think he's a really good basketball player. Like he's
He
super
is.
skilled.
He is the perfect college basketball player. That's what he is. Fundamentals.
Is do you guys? What's your class coming in next year?
It's supposed to be a top 3.
Do you guys have another center in that class?
As of right now, I don't think we do. I have to look at it again. I started looking at that like when I really give up on the team.
Yeah,
But I
yeah, because
know
you
I
always have
know
you
there's
can always play that card of, oh, next year we're gonna be so good.
yeah, like dude, Kentucky is doing that because Kentucky's class next year, I've actually looked at theirs. It's like one of the most outrageous classes ever, but they just suck this year. So
I wouldn't say
um,
they suck, but it's like they're just they're a middle of the they're like a middle of the top like
they
tier.
suck for Kentucky. Like
Yeah,
Alabama would never be blowing. Alabama's really good, but they would never be getting blown out. It'd be a close game usually, um, but that's Duke. Duke played Boston College. We're not going to stay on that. There's a team that was unranked and went to 11. Kansas State, 8 in a row. Um, 3 straight wins over West Virginia, Texas, and Baylor. That's a wild run for Kansas State. And you just don't think of Kansas State kind of that much as a good bass, but they're great. And we've said they deserve going from unranked to 11 is wild. Usually unranked like 18, 16 maybe. 11's nuts, but they're good, dude. You got to watch out for them. And I've said this before, but the Big 12, bro, from 1 to 10, their net rank all net under 50. That's crazy.
I mean they got the coach from Baylor in there. I think his name is Jerome Tang. I think
What
I
are you
think that's
talking
his name, but he came from Baylor and
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
he was super sought after. And Kansas State got him. I mean that just goes to show, like, if you get a new coach in there with a great philosophy and a great system, and he's able to get a couple guys who were overlooked, like a Keontae George, right? No, Keontae Johnson. Sorry, Keontae George plays at Baylor. Keontae Johnson, who came from Florida and is really just starting to hoop. I mean, you can turn around a program real fast with the transfer portal and a really good head coach.
Yep.
And Marty, they lost their best player to the portal.
Yeah. But that's what's crazy about the portal. You just get fucking everyone. And some teams work, sometimes they don't work at all. Like Illinois you would thought it was going to work right away. They won in the last game, but like they've been struggling.
They had a big win versus, who was it? Who they beat? They beat Wisconsin, who was
Yeah,
undefeated.
they beat Wisconsin, which was I still don't think Wisconsin. I've watched the game.
Well, they didn't have Tyler Wall, and he's a huge part of their
that's a
team.
huge
Like
huge.
that's like a
You
that's
know
like a
what Wisconsin is? Wisconsin is a team that will never play awful. Like if you're off your game a little bit, they will beat you.
yeah.
But they're not gonna really outplay you many times.
I think that's a that
And
that
I think
honestly
that's
might
me
be a
giving them
great
a
take.
compliment.
I think that might be a good take, Marty. Like, you know what you're going to get out of Wisconsin. If you
Yes.
play bad, they will beat you, but you could outscore them. I think that's a pretty fair take. I don't think you could say that last year because of Johnny Davis. Like
Johnny
Johnny
Davis
Davis,
could score at will.
yeah, like he could score and get a bucket and like just go off for 30 and like
Like
they
Chucky
could
Hepburn's
outscore.
not that guy.
I haven't
He's
really watched
good.
too much. Like I've seen highlights and stuff like that. I haven't really watched them too much, so I can't really like comment on the team. But
Well, you already did that. You called them scumbags.
Yeah, well,
You called Wisconsin.
yeah, yeah, no, yeah. It's like, yeah,
There's a team in the Big Ten, though, also that I would like to talk about that I've called frauds. We've had one of them on. Indiana is – they just aren't – they're – I don't think Race Thompson played. Let me make sure of that. I don't
yeah.
think
No, he got hurt. He got hurt.
he did, right?
Yeah, I think he's out indefinitely. I can't speculate on the injury, but I don't think he's going to come back anytime soon. I know Xavier Johnson is out. I think they said until like the Big Ten tournament. I think.
Yeah, well, what's this week? So Indiana lost to Northwestern 84-83 at home. Trace Jackson had 18, and Hood Shafino, I think that's how you pronounce his name, had 33. The rest was just nothing like that. It was just them two. Obviously, they need without Race and Xavier Johnson, but that's just what happens with injuries. But Indiana's in trouble right now. I think they're in trouble.
Yeah.
But with injuries, we don't need to talk about them too much. A couple more games to get through. Arizona was getting smoked by Washington State. Smoked. That makes no sense.
Yeah, no, it really didn't because, well, I mean, I saw that they were getting smoked from Twitter, from you know who.
Yeah.
And so I kind of basically got game updates play by play by him. And so yeah, I mean it is pretty crazy because it's like Washington is like a bottom tier Pac-12
They're
team.
7-10, bro.
And so it's like them beating Arizona, who is not even not only one of the best teams in the Pac-12, but one of the best teams in the country. And probably a favorite to make at least the Elite Eight. So that is, and wasn't it at home too, right?
At home. Arizona is definitely
It's one of those trap games. That's all I can say. It was a trap game. It was one of those look aheads probably, where they just snuck up and got him.
Yeah, I mean, it was I'm looking at the box score now. Kirk Cousins, bad game from him, but they shot 16% from three. You just can't win with 16% from three. And what did Washington State do? 42.9%. That's a good team. It's just sometimes you have an off game. That's why college basketball is so fucking unpredictable. It's like, but Arizona, and they just played Washington too. They won by 3. Washington's a little better. It's confusing this year. There's no clear-cut number one, I can tell you that.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Couple more. Gonzaga has not been very. They haven't been very flashy in their shit-ass conference. Doesn't matter though. Good for Charleston. Good for Charleston for fucking being. They have 15 wins straight. I think they're ranked. Like when you see Charleston ranked, you're just confused. But you know what? Good for them. Sky Clark left Illinois. I want to say that this year, there's no Paolo. There's no Chet Holmgren. There's no one that's just a freshman that has came out and really dominated. I think the guy from Baylor is definitely the best. What's his fucking name? Is it
Deontay George?
Keontae George. Yeah, he's definitely the best. But who?
I mean, Grady Dick, Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller. If I had to vote for freshman of the year, it would probably be Brandon Miller for me.
But you think I'm right though that there's not like that.
Because I would say there's no I don't think there's like a unicorn like Chet Holmgren. It's like a 7'1" big man who can dribble, shoot, and do everything and average 5.
But there's not even a Paolo though. You knew Paolo was dominant.
Well, I think that's because the best United States players in the G League right now is Scoot Henderson. So if he was in college, if he was in college, then it would just be absurd. The things he's doing in the G League right now. If I know everybody's talking about Victor Wembanyama. If I had the first pick in an NBA draft, I think I'd be going for Scoot Henderson.
Really?
I, I,
Over Wembanyama?
I would. I think I would take Scoot Henderson over Wembanyama. Like I know that's a crazy thing to say.
No, I don't think it is. I don't
Like,
think it is.
like, but people are just see like like he's like 7'5", 7'6", can do everything, can shoot, dribble, pass, and is athletic, and they just are like, yeah, like he's gonna be great. I don't he probably will have a really good career in the NBA. Like everything goes right, obviously injuries and stuff you can't be for sure, but like he will probably have a really like a pretty good career in the NBA. But I think Scoot Henderson might be an all-star. Like I think he's like a Anthony Edwards, like, but I think he's an Anthony Edwards but better type. Like not much better, but like Anthony Edwards
It's
a
unreal.
little
Yeah.
bit better. Like
All right. I
he's
like
just a
that
really
take.
good.
I like that take because everyone
Scoot
sucks
Henderson.
off Wembanyama right now, but no one's giving it to Scoot.
Yeah, I think Scoot is like gets kind of underrated sometimes because of Wembanyama, but like if he was in like another draft class, he would be like if he was in last year's draft class, like if last year's draft class was this year and take out Wembanyama, I think Scoot Henderson would undoubtedly be the first pick.
Shit. All right. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, no, I've seen some highlights and some games of his. He's the truth.
So the SEC we've talked about a lot, right?
Yeah, it's a good.
What?
It's a good conference.
Good conference. I'm a big Arkansas guy, huge Arkansas guy, but there's a team I have to give credit to that I think is the real deal.
Is it Mississippi State?
No, Tennessee.
Hey man, who picked them to win that conference?
Tennessee, dude, is like they blew out Mississippi State 87-53. South Carolina sucks, but blowing them out 85-42. It's still a conference game. Like, and their losses are early and was bad. It was like I'm pretty sure they lost to Colorado early. Yeah, their second game of the season they lost to Colorado. It's a bad loss. What's Colorado's record even now? Oh, they're 11-6. All right, it's just not. It wasn't a great loss. And then they lost to Arizona. The rest, they beat Kansas. Like
Tennessee, man, I knew it before the season. I'm like, yo, they got slick Rick Barnes in there. They got a great coach with a roster that obviously they lost, Kennedy Chandler, but they have a good older roster of guys, and man, they're just making me look really smart right now, picking them to win the SEC. They make me look real smart.
No, they're real good. All right, to round out the show, we don't want to make it too long because we're gonna record Wednesday night with everybody.
Because we got a big matchup in the podcast.
That's exactly Iowa, Michigan. Like, if he shows up, let's all bet if he fucking shows up.
I will say, I want Shane to put this out there. I think Iowa, at least I hope. I feel like Iowa is one of our allies at Michigan. I feel like, especially for me, I feel like Iowa's an ally of mine.
Yeah, maybe we can get like I feel like I've only been nice to Iowa besides when they played Duke.
I've said nothing but great things about Fran McCaffrey.
We did a live show last year there, and it was like an amazing like crowd. I love Iowa, and I went to the casino late night in Iowa. So hey, maybe we can get like a round. We'll like send you merch or something if you give us maybe like a round ball sign somewhere. Let's be nice. Let's turn this around. Maybe people start liking us.
Well, I mean, I don't think a lot of people are going to like us. We're going to have some haters out there, but I think Iowa is one of the few schools that they really can't hate us as much, especially since we got the one Iowa hater is no longer on the podcast.
Yeah,
I feel like, I mean, like I said, I think they're one of our few allies out there. Like, I don't know how many Hawkeye fans can really hate me. I know Luka Garza.
Yeah, you've never had. Yeah, you guys are. It's just you and I are just like you exist in the Big Ten together.
Yeah, like I feel like we have a mutual respect for.
Oh, you know what? That's what we're gonna do. We'll have Luka come on Wednesday.
Oh, that okay, yeah,
I'll
okay.
text because I texted him the other day for his birthday, so I was like, "Come on any soon." So he'll come on. He's been playing some minutes in the NBA too on a
He's
fucking
been doing
really good
real good, averaging
on a
like 30
real good
a game.
team.
Doing real good.
Yeah,
But yeah,
maybe
no,
I'll.
I think Iowa fans like I'm obviously not going to get cheered for, but I think we got a little respect there. I think we got a little mutual
Yeah,
respect.
maybe we'll have Connor on too. Connor McCaffrey.
I like Connor. See, this is Iowa is not bad, but would I ever live in Iowa?
No,
Probably not.
no.
But
You would be Jordan. Look, Jordan. He's so. All the thing guy does is he just sits around thinking about corn. You want to be that guy?
no, but the people there, they seem like they're good spirited and hardworking people. That's all. Like
That's their blue collar,
that's what I'm saying. There's nothing bad. There's nothing bad to say about Iowa people, man. I can't.
and they got great corn. And I like Trent. You know Trent from Barstool. He went to Iowa. He lived in Iowa. He's a great guy.
I don't think I know him.
He's a golf guy.
Oh, maybe.
Um. All right, to end it, fucking Chris Beard canned.
I feel like they had to. Like
I feel like they had to,
you
but
just can't come back. Like even though the wife tried to like take back, or the fiance tried to take back the statements, I just feel like, man, you kind of just have to, like the PR and stuff like that. I feel like
the thing is, though, they can get anyone they want. Like they were talking about, like what is Texas? Is Texas like a wanted job? People are like, it might be the wanted job. Like they're gonna pay you. Like they're gonna want to make their team. Their team's still good right now,
yeah,
but I think they had to just get it. Like there's no good could come from him coaching there still. And honestly, he's probably a scumbag. He probably fucking is not a good person that like that. You don't usually just get those allegations, but hey, you got off whatever it is. I don't need to go into it, but it's going to be weird to see what like do you think Texas makes like a big hire during the middle of the year? Or do you think that they just stick with what
no,
they got?
I don't think you can make a big hire in the year, especially like if they're trying to make a big hire. I think you have to wait till the end of the season because I mean, there's some rumors talking about maybe Calipari.
That'd be crazy if he
That
went
would
there.
be crazy, and I think that would be even more crazy to fire Calipari at Kentucky. Like, I feel like the man has done so much.
Nah, they will never. They don't have a hair on their ass too.
I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of Kentucky fans that are not happy with the team.
Yeah, but Kentucky fans are like Duke fans too. It's like I'm coming after John Shire. The guy's coached like 12 games, but like we're just so used to winning. Like Kentucky is always number one, number five, top five. It's like those fans are the most spoiled. We're the most spoiled people in the world. Like Duke hasn't been a little 16, whatever. 2015. Last thing I wanted to say, I had one more. Oh, Champa, real quick. There's no voicemails or anything, right? Champa just fucking woke up.
No, like one's worth it.
It's just they're probably just mean.
It is me.
There was some funny DMs though that we got.
My phone was blowing up after you lost, bro. I'm sure yours was too. But that's when you press the notification thing and just let it fly and just X out.
Yep. That was definitely one of those games.
All right, well, that's a show. I'm gonna try and get Luca, and we'll start a group chat with Luca. Or something.
Yeah, because I was about to say I have his number too. So
Both of us will go after him, and then I'll text Connor, and then
we'll get his dad.
Yeah, we'll get his dad.
We get Frank in there.
But yeah, that's a show. It was a quick show. I want to get.
I mean, it wasn't that quick, Marty. 50 minutes.
No, yeah, 50 minutes actually a normal show. It was me and you, pretty good one-on-one.
Just chopping it up, man. Chopping
up with the boys. It was just straight basketball today.
We didn't really make too many headlines.
No. We're trying to stay out of the headlines for a little bit. I will say it was an outrageous article, but I will just it was outrageous to read. But we're staying out of headlines right now. You got to fucking beat Iowa, but we'll talk about that. We'll try and get everyone on Wednesday. I'll start texting people tomorrow because those Connor will come on before the game. Like he's one person that will come on probably without a problem, but we'll see. All right, you got anything else?
Man, we just gotta go 1-0. 1-0 versus Iowa.
Man, there's his meeting, man.
That's all we can do, Marty. Go 1-0. Keep chugging away at it, man.
All right. That's a show. We will be back on Thursday. See you guys.